So my phone died and I am charging it now. So I'm going live again for the third time talking about the thing that you should be competing against in life and in your business. So if you're hopping on live, let me know. I went live earlier while I was on my walk and there was no Wi-Fi. So here I am yet again sharing, this one thing that in life we should be competing against, because too many times, if you're watching this, you may have such a competitive nature and spirit about you. I don't know about you, but for me, I'm so competitive. I've been competitive since I was a little child. Even my dad said, she is so stubborn. She'll keep, chasing her potential, till the day she dies, until she gets what she wants, right? And so I think that is the natural spirit that both me and you have. Ever since we were a kid, we always want to go get life, act ourselves and, chase the things that, our hearts desired when we were kids. But life got the best of us and filters started pouring down into our souls and buried the things that we desire, the most inside of us, in which we need to unravel. And, that competitive spirit is still within us. And the thing that I feel most people are told stories that the thing that you should be competing against in life, right, is the person that you're staring at in the mirror, right? The person you were yesterday, that's who you should compete against, right? Compare yourself to no one. Yeah, it sounds great and amazing. Maybe some people are told, like, the only person that you should be competing against is the people that are in your way, right? The people, don't care what people think. You should be competing against them, and the best revenge is to prove them wrong, right? Compete against those people, right? Sounds awesome. It sounds alpha, right? Because that's in our nature. But the truth is, and once I realized this is the one thing that we should be competing against if we truly want the wins to stack up against us, whether in business or in life or, the goals that we set out to achieve. This one thing is literally going to change your life. And it's going to literally be a game changer in the way you see things every single day. And until you get this, you're going to be competing against the wrong thing every single day. And your distractions are going to be inevitable. You're going to end up, chasing the wrong things until you find out that this is the one thing you should be in competition against every single day, every single hour, every single second, right? It's the force of average, all right? So the force of average is your enemy, right? Most people just want to play it safe. The enemy is out there literally wanting to devour your goals and your focus and keep you distracted, by seeking out the wrong things, being distracted by, being busy instead of being productive, being distracted by playing it safe and listening to your fears instead of, taking courage every single day to go out there and chase that potential that you truly have, that God's woven in you, right? So the force of average literally is going to allow you to just, be the same as everybody else, when in reality, God has given you unique talents, gifts, and treasures to go out there and leave a lasting legacy and a purpose, right? Fulfill your purpose. And especially if you guys have kids, your kids are watching, right? And the law of average, or the force of average, is going to stop you from achieving the things, and your kids are watching, and it's going to make you put a cap on yourself. And so my hope for you, if you're watching this, especially as a parent, as an entrepreneur, if you have an online business, if you want to set out, bigger goals in life and to up-level your game in life, right, is to say no to the force of average. And how do you do that, right? It gets better. So the way I do this is I literally write down the things that average people do in life, right? So when you write down the things that average people do, like let's just say in your business or maybe in life, or the goals that you want to achieve. So for me, it's like average people don't care about their health, right? So I care about my health. Average people don't like to eat healthy or work out, right? So I work out and eat healthy, right? Average people listen to their fears more than step into their courage, right? So I definitely step into my courage and take risks. Average people hate taking risks. Therefore, I know that if I don't want to be average, part of the force of average, I'm going to take risk. Average people don't want to start a business, right? They'd rather just, collect a paycheck, right? So therefore, therefore, I decide that I will start a business, right? Average people just end up complaining their way through life instead of becoming the victor. They play victim all day, right? And so therefore, I do not want to be part of anything that is average, right? Anything that is a contagion for average, I want nothing to be a part of, right? Because anything that's synonymous with the symptoms that might give me, the symptoms of, being average is going to literally make me not play the biggest that I can be, right? Same goes for you. What are the things that, you want to achieve that average people will not do, right? And go do the opposite from that which those people will not do, right? Because those are the things that'll separate you from the 97%ers who decide, to just go along with the grain, while you are part of the 3%ers who definitely want to up level and live out your full potential, right? Because this life, although we're not going to get out alive, don't take life so seriously, but also play full out, right? You have a finish line at the end of your race, right? Your gravesite is there. You definitely don't want to have your song unsung. You don't want the gifts to be in your grave. Too many millions of lives are they end up, most people, and this is what I've heard through countless people's stories, they take their gifts and talents and treasures to the grave with them, and they don't live out their full potential because they remained average. So my hope for you is that if you're watching this, right, if you want to, go out there and play in the battlefield, not to live an average life and live within the force of average, you've got to, seek out what the agents of average are doing and go the other way. Do whatever they're not doing. Do whatever you need to do that they're not doing, and you will literally, the odds will be stacked in your favor. Your wins are going to be amazing, right? I am a true living legacy of that, because the times that I've played full out and not, average, it literally, the results were so rewarding. You feel so much more joyful. You feel that you know that you can impact others. So whatever you're fearing, also, if the things that you're fearing is probably the things you should be leaning towards more. So if you're afraid of speaking in public, go out there and, go do that thing, or if it's something that, your heart literally wants to start doing, but you feel like there's fear. Most average people won't do it because of fear, right? So what do you need to do? You need to step into your courage, in spite of the fear, and then your confidence grows and evolves because of it. So I hope that you got value to this until you realize that your only competition is the force of average. You'll keep playing it small, and my hope for you is that, throughout this life, throughout the next decades that you have yet to live, life is a gift. You go out there with the utmost courage and faith that, God's got your back, and that, the only way you'll grow is when things change, right? Because obviously, most people, they're living in a cycle of insanity, and insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results and a different outcome, right? And, the only reason why we are experiencing, the same results is because we're tolerating the things that have been the same for forever. So the only way to change that is to do something different, right? And the force of average, again, is your rule of thumb. So go out there, make a lasting impact. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was, and I will see you guys on the next live. Take care. God bless.